Hi guys, welcome back to another knitting update. I'm Alexandra. If you don't know, I hope you know. Even if you don't, welcome back. Guys, it's been a while. Since May anyway, since like I last sat down and spoke like this and showed you my updates, my knitting updates. Because the last two videos was just vlogs with copy dolls when they were here. Go watch that if you haven't, because I rewatched them because it was such a nice trip and a lot of knitting got done, but also not at all. And you know that this year it's been a lot of frogging for me. That has not changed. All the frogging that happened in the beginning of the year up until May has still been happening. Less, I'd say, than before, but still a lot of it, so I don't have a lot to show you. I do actually. More whips than finished objects, I'd say. I have 3 finished objects to show you, but I don't have 2 of them with me. I do have 1 at home, but I don't know where it is. It's my thea top, if you remember that one. I knitted that and copy dolls were gonna bring them that top with them to the US. They didn't. So it's still at home somewhere. Yeah, I think I made a size small in that. I'm not a size small. I'm a large up to an XL, medium. It depends on every knitting pattern and clothing and stuff, but it fit me. I could put it on, but it was more tight fitting and not my vibe. So I'll give that to them in the future when they come back, but they forgot it. And then I also finished my Fjord tee, which was a test knit for Ulla Knitwear, Maria. And yeah, it's a 3mm minimalistic drop shoulder tee. It's a summer tee, but I knitted mine with sysleriget tweed, which that yarn was sponsored for the test knit, so gotta make that clear. And yeah, it's lovely, but don't really wear t-shirts, so Kahila brought that with her to the US, so looks gorgeous, gorgeous on her. And when they were here, we went to a yarn store, and I've had this obsession with sysleriget tweed, but the Aran version. They don't have as many colors in the sysleriget tweed Aran thing, but the colors that they have are gorgeous, and specifically the sand colorway. And I went to a yarn store with them and I got to feel it for the first time, and it's so rustic. It's one of the most rustic yarns I've ever felt. And the sysleriget tweed, I'll show you it. I have a skein. I actually have 2 skeins left over from the Fjord tee. This is the yarn I used, obviously, and it's 70% wool, 30% mohair in the color North Sea. Gorgeous color. And this feels rustic, but not something a lot of people couldn't handle, I think. It's nice. The Aran tweed, for some reason, version of this is 5 times more rustic, I'd say. I'm curious to see what it's like knitting with it. So Maria's coming out with the sand cardigan that I'll hopefully be test knitting soon, in maybe the next knitting update, maybe one after. I don't know, but it's gorgeous and I've been waiting since February to test knit that. And I'm a bit nervous how it's gonna feel on the skin, but my plan is, it's a long cardigan. It's gonna be very warm, so I'm thinking of it as a jacket. So I'll probably have long sleeves underneath that as well. Love this yarn, love the Fjord tee. Just turn it there, comfortable. And yeah, but I don't have those finished objects, but I have 1 of the 3. So we decided to do a cal while copy dolls were here in Sweden, and we decided to knit the Lyon sweaters together. I had to frog that because I did mistakes. I dropped stitches and stuff in the beginning, so they were way ahead of me and while they were here. But they've had so much. I don't know how Malika is doing with her Lyon, if she has finished hers, but I finished first, which is not a big thing at all, but it's just because I felt so discouraged because I was having to frog, so I was so much behind them. Like, they had so much more progress than me, and I didn't really care, but you know, it just feels nice that I actually got to finish it because I thought I never would. And here she is. And I'm not a stripy person. I don't think I've ever owned a striped sweater, what I can think of. And while I was knitting it, Like, not just seeing this part, it felt like a prison outfit, you know, like from comic books or something when you were young. But I couldn't have imagined knitting this in any other color than white and black. And there has been modifications to this pattern. I made a size large. I used double Sunday in the color Whipped Cream and Sailor in the Dark, both Petit Knit colors, and Copy Dolls gifted me that yarn, so thank you so much for that. And when they were sleeping over here the last couple of days, we were watching Netflix and just knitting, and Kahila was like talking to me about the fact that I had to like frog again and stuff, that I was just gonna embrace all the mistakes in this sweater. So the body has more stitches than it should, and the sleeves had for some reason like 10 more stitches than it should. But I was quite happy with that because the pattern in itself doesn't have a lot of positive ease, but I decided to make a size large anyway. But I like my sweaters to be quite oversized, so I just kept that in. I didn't decrease or fix or frog or anything. I just kept knitting. And the sleeves, I did do decreases, but there's still like 10 more stitches here than Petit Knit, so I changed it up a little bit. So they're kind of like straight sleeves, I'd say. And then it has a hole there. But yeah, overall though, I'm very happy that I didn't continue to frog, because the things that I thought about, I don't think about anymore when it's a finished object, you know? So like the hole here, there, it's on the back. I don't ever see it. So yeah, it's one of my favorite sweaters. I also made a split hem here because I'm obsessed with that now, and it's longer than I usually make my sweaters because I've changed my mind. I don't like to crop sweaters anymore. So from now, this fall, I have a feeling all the sweaters that I'll make will have a split hem and be long and have super long sleeves. Yeah, there's more info on my Ravelry. I wrote down some stuff there and the modifications I made. So if you're curious, go check that out. AlexandrasGarn on Ravelry. I have a feeling this is going to be a short episode because I have a lot of things, but I don't have a lot to say about them. But I'm hoping that's fine. So that's it basically for finished objects. Then I've just been casting on some stuff. And this was at the top, so I'm going to talk about this first. This yarn is Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino in Dusty Olive. I got this in the beginning of the year. If you're a real one, you remember that I was trying to do a sweater number 17 and I ended up frogging that. Yeah, I ended up frogging that like 5 times because it didn't work out. And then what else did I do? The plan was to use this for the Lyon sweater, but that didn't happen. So I haven't stopped. This is gifted yarn from the yarn shop I work at, Sexagon and Ode, and I just haven't been able to stop thinking about it, what I'm gonna do. Then I remembered that my cousin's baby, Signe, the only baby in my life, I've knitted her 2 sweaters already, and she loves them. And I didn't give one for her when she turned 2 now in June, so I'm making a Christmas gift. And it's so cute. A Moby sweater junior. I don't know if the light is capturing it that well. She's not, like, her parents don't really dress her in like pink, and they do, but like all colors. So I think this is a good, like, it's green. The thing is, I kind of wanted to make a pink one just because I felt like it would be so cute, like a pink Moby, mini Moby, but we're using up this yarn to make something really nice, and it's soft and good for her skin. I'm not using mohair for this, so yeah, this, like I said, will be a Christmas gift, so I'm not in a hurry to knit on this, but it's very fun to knit on. I just wanted to cast something on with this yarn to feel like I have a plan, you know, to not stress myself out that much. So this will rest for a while I'm stressing with my whips. And next, I just really have to talk about this whip, because I've been working a lot today and yesterday on finishing this. And it's my käärijä cardigan. The pattern is called corran cardigan, but it's hard for me to say. Corran. English really goes back in your throat and I can't do it. And it's so similar to the käärijä cardigan that I'm just calling it that. And I've realized I need to like be better in my videos if it's the first time someone watches me to explain stuff, not just assume that you're in my brain walking around knowing everything. So I'm a big Eurovision fan, and käärijä, and he wore this lime green bolero while performing his song. And so lime green has become his color, basically. I've always wanted to knit something Eurovision themed. In 2021, I wanted to crochet something because I was a crocheter. Last year, I wanted to make a black sweater with a green circle for Cornelia Jacobs, which I'm seeing tomorrow, her concert tomorrow. Anyway, right. And then this year, it just felt obvious since käärijä was such a big thing for me. Like, he's so hot. I couldn't think about anything else this spring. And yeah, it just became the Eurovision color for this year. So yeah, from now on, every year after Eurovision, I'm gonna make something Eurovision related, and I'm very excited. And so that's why we have my Eurovision cardigan for this year, my käärijä cardigan. But things have also changed because he's coming to Sweden for a concert in October, and I have tickets. So now I'm like, should I wear this? But I don't want to seem like a crazy fan. Like, in the front row. The fact that I'll be in the front row already, you know, but whatever. Might wear this, but we have another plan coming up. But this is the corran cardigan. It's hard to show off the cardigan where I am right now in the process, so I'm gonna put it on. I am aware that it's small, okay? This is my traveling loop. I'm making a size 3. I don't think I'm size 3. I just didn't have the energy to knit on a bigger knit, so this is where we are at, and I'm just gonna stretch it out like crazy and blocking. It already will because of the lace, but let me show you some details. This is the lace pattern. I cannot wait to see it blocked out. It'll look more like this, and we have this like one knit stitch that always goes like that. Pretty. I'm really close to the microphone, so I hope it doesn't sound bad, but I'm skipping buttonholes, I think, because I don't want buttons picked up for the neckline. So now we are on the sleeve here. So this is a size 3, but for the sleeves I picked up the sleeve stitches for a size 5, just because my plan is to make them long, but don't do any decreases, have them a bit bigger. It'd just be like very long, and you know, that's my plan for now anyway. And I have a lot of yarn because my original plan was to make like an April cardigan or something. This barely uses any yarn, so yeah. And the yarn is this one, Filcolana Peruvian Highland wool. I didn't like it for a long time. You guys let me know if I'm right or not. This is not 2-ply, right? Because Kahila tried to teach me the difference between the ply and the plu and the pli. This looks like 4-ply, 3-ply or something. I just had issues with it. Like, it was so hard to get nice tension no matter what I did with it. So that's why I felt like this cardigan was perfect, because you don't really need to have good tension. Because it's just, the stitches don't have to look even. So the concert is in October, so I have some time to finish it, but I just really want to finish whips so I can cast on more stuff. Yeah, I'm not in a hurry. And now that I took it off me, you do a 3-needle bind off. It was the first time I did it on the inside here to attach. It's quite a fun construction, and it was really fun and satisfying, so I will do that again probably. Do you think I could rock his bolero? This color is just, you could see me from anywhere, and I love it. It's so bright, and it's not exactly the käärijä green, but I feel like if I wore this around Eurovision, I'm going next year, people will get the message, you know what I mean? So this is it. I still have 3 more whips to show you, so I can't tell you yet, but there will soon be another käärijä related knit on my needles, but I can only have one at a time. I feel like I don't want to seem like a crazy fan or something, you know? Let's do this one because it's a bit on the back burner. I was supposed to frog a little bit now, but It's a knit for the yarn store. So in the yarn store, we, like a month ago, got some new yarn from a brand called Shandrock, which makes beautiful yak silk yarns, like really cool stuff, like so cool, so soft, so nice. And they also have hand-dyed mohair. So Anna brought in the first set of hand-dyed yarn we've ever had, and you know, that made me very, very happy. And she asked me to make swatches of all the colors. So for like 3 days I did that, and it was the best time ever, and I fell in love with this. Now I just have this one because it's the one I did my swatches with, this Hank. So this color is called the chrysanthemum and this, the chrysanthemum and the sword. Good enough. And I'm pairing that with the color Ice Blue, knitting for Olive Merino. And it's very, very pretty. However, I decided to knit on the body during the Barbie movie when I was at the theaters, and it was completely dark, and I finished the entire body. Insane. I knitted like, yeah, I was here and then I knitted to here. But I haven't really been alternating skeins at all. But for the body, I should have, and I didn't. So it has, see here, some pooling there and here. And we can't have that, because the reason I'm making this is for people to see the beautiful colors in it. And hand-dyed yarn, you just need to alternate. But for the sleeves, I haven't alternated. Here I haven't alternated, so yeah. So what I'll do is I'll just rip this back. I don't mind, because I've wrote so much this year, but also because it went by so quickly. And it was just fun to have something to do while being in the movie theater, so I don't mind. But yeah, I'll finish that very soon. We have one baby sweater knitted up at work, and people always say like, oh, it's so cute. So I wanted to make another one. And a lot of people come in and knit for babies, so I just thought, give them some inspo, you know what I mean? And then I don't know what's happening with me and the colors. And the funny thing is, käärijä had dancers. Yeah, this is knitting for Olive Merino. This yarn is gifted from Sextagon and Ode. And this is one of the new colors that came out, I feel like around May or April, something like that, this spring. And I've been looking at it every day at work, but I've been like, it won't fit me. I'm very pinkish in my skin tone, but I said fuck it, and I want to do it. If I like the color, who cares, you know? So this is the color Pink Daisies. God, doesn't it just make you so happy? And if I were to have pink, it would have to be like a strong pink like this, because if I do like a light pink, it's looks like I'm naked, you know what I mean? So I feel like pink is a very hard color to find, like for me, one that works on me. But I do like pink, and my first ever knitted sweater was in a color like this, so feeling some nostalgia. And by the way, got this basket at a thrift store. It's the most perfect yarn basket ever, and I'm so happy. I told myself I couldn't get more baskets, but who cares? And this is the Balloon Cardigan by Bettina. Now, in the pattern, I was like making, okay, so this is the cast on edge, and you knit back and forth on two double pointed needles and ribbing here, and then you get this ugly seam. But hers have that too, so I won't judge myself for that. And then you pick up and do the same thing on the other side. Like, it's not hard, but in the pattern when I was gonna do it, it said like, don't panic, just follow the instruction. I was not going to panic, but now that you told me, so I was very scared when I was doing it, wondering if I did it wrong. But it's quite simple, and now it's just raglan increases. So, Balloon Cardigan. not very excited to make a cardigan and purl a lot, but it'll be fine. I just hope I finish this before the summer is over. Not a lot of progress to show you. But yeah, I just hope I finish it, because this fall I want to make marinblå, what is that in English? Navy blue, rust color stuff. But this is a cal that I'm having together with Copy Dolls and True Lane Chelsea, and they are all making the balloon sweater. I just don't think it would fit my body very well, and with the outfits that I wear, basically, because I don't wear a lot of pants, right? I say that every time. But I just feel like it looks really good with like jeans and stuff, but I don't know. But the balloon cardigan, however, I can envision myself wearing, so that's happening here. And that's why I'm working on my käärijä cardigan, because I just want to finish whips. I want to get on with it. So I will always have more than one thing on my needles, but I feel bad casting something on. I just realized I forgot a whip in the outside room, so I'm gonna go get it, because it's a big one and I'm very excited. I need to talk about it. This is the nata dress, a test knit for Ulla Knitwear. I don't know how to show you this one. It's a long maxi simple dress. The yarn is gifted from AlexandrasGarn, because they're sponsoring the test knit, and the pattern she uses trio 2 strands of trio 2. No, sorry. One strand of trio 2 and one strand of Marilyn, but trio 2 was sold out in black, and I wanted to make a black dress, so I ended up getting her organic by AlexandrasGarn. And I think trio 2 is, there's some linen in there, and there's some cotton in there, there's some different things. This is just 100% linen yarn. I've never knitted with it. I don't mind it, since I'm pairing it with wool, and this is it 80% wool? Yeah, 80% wool and 20% flax. I've made a swatch with Marilyn before, and I didn't really like it, because the flax is all these, I don't know if you can see, all these little strands sticking out. And for me, I just want to pull them out all the time. I know they're in there, but for me, I just want to pull them out, and it just creates a mess. But yeah, I don't mind it as much when it's black yarn and black strands. I don't see them as much. So these two together make amazing fabric. I haven't worn it out yet, so I don't know how, like, since it has wool in it, if it's very, very hot in summertime, but I don't think so. So let's talk about the top here. It will sit like this. It's very hard for me to show this, so I would recommend watching Kahila's latest podcast episode, because she's test knitting this as well, and she has one in gray, so it's easier to see the details. It's hard for me to show, but there's double knitting here around the armholes, double knitting around the neck, and then the original nata dress has like a very long back. I couldn't do that. This is the bra friendly version. So it's still a low back, kind of like the June top where it covers the bra, but it's still a lower back. So in the pattern, she has 3 different lengths, just as in the Moby dress that I test knitted for her. And it's mini, midi, and maxi. I'm making the maxi for some reason. I just started loving long dresses. And looking like this, you might think we're not really there, but I'm short, so I'm gonna show you. Well, I can't seem to show you, I guess. But I have like 10 centimeters left until I'm at the length I want to be at. It'll look good on, definitely. And it's a tight dress, so I do feel a bit insecure in it, but that because of my like stomach area, the rest and the legs and everything I really like. So worst case, like if I don't feel, I just feel if I put a shirt on or a cardigan on top, I will feel better. But I can just wear a sweater or something over it and have the black dress as like a skirt, because I need a new black skirt. So great. And it's knitted with increases after the hips. You can't tell, I think, or can you? So it's not gonna go like this. It's an A-line skirt basically, which I love. and it's gonna look so cute. So I can't wait to finish it, and I only have like 10 centimeters left. Thank God I'm short. So, and when I'm sitting down, it's at my ankles, holding it like this, but then when it's on, it will be different. But we're almost there, and I'm very, very excited to have it finished. But it's so nice to knit on, and it knits up really quickly because I made that back, right? Not the low back, but all that fabric that you usually have for around here, you don't knit, right? And especially if you're making the lower back, you only knit like little straps on that side and then just the front. So by that point, you almost have half the dress, and it goes by super quickly because you don't have a lot to knit. And then it's just stock knit. And then the increases still kind of help you have something to move along with. It doesn't just feel like you're knitting, you're kind of doing it in steps, which feels really nice. So super fun pattern, and 4mm. I'm actually knitting on a 3.5 to gauge, but it's super nice. Super nice, and I'm very glad that I decided to test knit it. And I believe that's it for whips. So acquisitions, we don't have a lot, but I need to show you something that happened yesterday. So I live outside Gothenburg, very close to, what's it called? Kungsbacka and Hallands län. I can't go into explaining the geography of Sweden, but like Kungsbacka, and there's Fjord, there's so many different like cute countryside places, and Fjord is a super nice road trip to take. It's quite a long one, but I do it sometimes, and sometimes I've seen like a cafe, but I've zoomed past it. So when I see it, ooh, it's too late to turn in there. So I decided to go there with my mom yesterday, and it was so cute. I keep thinking this has happened all my life, like, oh, I want to go there, I want to go there, and then when I go, I'm like, why haven't I gone sooner? So cute. And they had this little store, and we went in, and there's yarn. Of course there is. And there was also like wool stuff and yarn balls. So the little store had like different designers, or like, what do you call, business owners, like a pop-up thing basically. And this yarn is called, like the brand or whatever, it's Högshult Lamomohair. Högshult, I've never heard of that place. I'm getting very curious, and I think it's like, yeah. And there were all these different hanks laying there, and you know. I had to grab it. This is, I didn't notice that it was only 60 grams until I got out there. Good price. 100 grams is 230 crowns with 350 meters in it. So she had a lot of undyed lying there, but also dyed. And then there was a note that I can dye up anything for you. So nice. And ooh. It just says, I want to find out more about it, but I don't know. It's 2-ply, 350 meters per 100 grams. And it just says mohair yarn, hand dyed. So it's extremely fluffy, like it has mohair in it, but it's like wool. So I want to know how much, what wool, what is, it's so nice. And it's still a bit rustic. So it's not like merino wool or anything. It's like Swedish wool. But the fluff, it feels so good. However, I'm not making something to wear. So when we were having lunch there after I bought this, I was just trying to figure out what to make with it, and I just thought a bag. Cause okay, the käärijä cardigan, I've been feeling like no, I want to look cute at the concert. I want to wear something cute. I don't really maybe want to wear the neon green thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll feel uncomfortable in it. In the venue, I don't know, but I was like, ooh, I can wear whatever I want, but if I have a green käärijä bag, I still get to have the feeling of fitting in with everyone else there. And I just thought about a winter clutch, of course, by Bettina, because this yarn feels very, very similar to it, like the one she uses, but it is thinner. I could make a swatch single-stranded though, however, and we'll see. Otherwise, I'll double-strand it. So I went back in there because I realized I had seen one of these. So this is a caked up version, and this one is 55 grams. So this is like 160 plus 115 meters. Did I get it right? Here, 115 meters, and that should be enough, even if I do it single threaded. I don't know if it isn't, don't tell me. But I'm thinking a winter clutch, so I want to cast this on so badly, but I need to finish the käärijä cardigan first, because I don't think I will if I cast this on. So yeah, this happened, and when we went home, I was like, I'm 100% gonna make the bag, but I need to like get the line. Should I buy the lining I bought from Bettina? Because she has the lining, she has the little chain and all of that, and I was like, you know what, I should do like a neon green lining. And then we said, let's go to the fabric store, because there's a fabric store called Skroten, which is like not an appealing name, but they have like cheap fabric and stuff, and it's quite famous. Like there's always a lot of people there, and it's just like a big warehouse with just cheap fabric, and it's right next to the very cheap yarn store, AlexandrasGarn. If you know, you know. And there wasn't a lot of options. I found like super nice käärijä green ones, but they were like velvet and like silk, and Tiffany, Typical Bliss, once said that it's hard to sew. I'm not a sewist. I have a sewing machine, but I don't know how to use it. But we found this, and it's cotton, I think. Smells good. Here, and I'm gonna try and sew my own. I didn't realize I got so much. I'm gonna try and sew my own lining in the bag. So it's gonna be like this, and then we were at the register, and I went, ooh, let's get a matching sewing. And then I decided, so we have sewing school in Sweden and like woodworking class all up until 9th grade. And I never knitted there, and I crocheted a little bit in that class when I was a kid, but I loved to do embroidery. So I was like, you know what I gotta do? I gotta embroider something in the bag. Because in my other winter clutch that I have from Bettina, I have the label. Like imagine on the edge there, where she usually puts the label, you like embroider. We call it korsstygn, like when you do little X's. So like block letters like cha-cha-cha or käärijä, käärijä or something. And then, whoop, then I could wear it normally. Like imagine it being summer and you're wearing like a boring outfit and you put this on. I don't know if I would do that, but it's just a fun thing to have. And I'm tired of just knitting stuff and like it being perfect and frogging and fixing. Let me just do something fun, you know? And then I decided, because I got to know a fan from TikTok, another käärijä fan, from Greece actually. And I'm gonna knit her some socks. Do I need 100 grams? I do, right? Of this is Arvetta that I originally bought to make a cardigan, but yeah. Or I'll make like Sunday socks and leftover. I don't know, but I have so much käärijä color things. I don't know what I'll do when I invite him over. I'm just gonna have to like freak out and have to clean out my entire room of stuff. And what more acquisitions do I have? Ooh, I know. I've been wanting this for so long, and finally I have it. It's sysleriget. Bro! Sorry. Jesus, it's sysleriget and the color Mrs. Potts. This is the color way that Bettina used for her Monday Sweater Junior. I gotta show you details, right? There's ooh, 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 ooh. It's ice blue. I love blue. it has greed, I feel like it was made for me. Like, it's all my favorite things in a yarn. And it's like little speckles, but also just, And when I was feeling it, I was like, it's such a soft merino wool, because I just thought she did merino superwash. No. This base is called Deluxe Fingering, and it's 70% baby alpaca. I'm not an alpaca fan, but this would not be itchy, so I don't really, because it doesn't have these long strands that alpaca usually has. So this is fine, but it's 70% baby alpaca. Maybe that's the difference, it's baby. I don't know. 20% silk, and you can kind of see a little shine in there, and 10% cashmere. This is the most like luxurious, it feels, ooh. I can't even, like, I haven't put this in my yarn cabinet. I just have this out on display because I'm so obsessed with it. And apparently when I looked it up, Petit Knit used a white mohair with this for her Monday Sweater Junior. So I'm gonna have to do that too. And I just don't know what I'll make with it yet. I feel like a cardigan feels wrong. I feel like it has to be like a maybe a Monday sweater, but I don't really like the Monday sweater. Ooh, what if I make a Monday sweater with it? Do I have enough yarn? I have 3 skeins. Otherwise, I'll just make a cropped one, but with a split hem or something. Yeah. Thank you so much, girls, for this. I've been dreaming about this for so long, and it's so beautiful and so soft, and it has to be like perfect, and I know I won't regret when I cast it on, because I don't want to wind up these beautiful skeins, you know? And I've been quite good at not buying a lot of yarn, I'd say myself. But when Capitals were here, we were at Östra sheep farm, and when I was recovering from my surgery, I just needed to leave the house, and my mom just drove around, and we were gonna go to a cafe, but they were closed, so we just googled up a cafe nearby, and there was a sheep farm. We were like, fine, let's go there. And when I tell you, it's the cutest place ever. And after that, we went back for a lamb safari. If you have the chance to do that, it's the what's bonde, the shepherd or something. He's very nice. He drives a tractor, and you're just attached on the back on the tractor in these little trolleys or something, and you just sit there, and you get to like pet lambs and like Highland cows. It was so cute, and there was like a bunch of kids and me and my dad, and he got to pet a lamb. He came with a little baby lamb, and all the kids were like, "Ooh!" And then there was my dad like, "Let me pet." Oh yeah, it was amazing. So highly recommend going there. And they have their own yarn, and they have them in hank form. And I usually, if there's a hank, I'll buy it. I just think hanks are so pretty, and they look good on a yarn shelf and yarn shelf and stuff. But I never knew what to knit with it. Their yarn. Just every time I've seen their yarn, I haven't really been like, oh, I want to knit. I don't know. But then I saw this, and I'm like, I need to buy it, just to buy it and have as a decoration. And it's, oh, so cute. It's very cute in my yarn corner here. And it's Östras wool yarn. This is the sheep farm name and number, if you want to call them and let them know I sent you. It's 2-ply, 60% Gotland wool. Gotland is an island in Sweden, if you didn't know. Gotlandsull, struggling with the language today, and 40% finull, 250 meters per 100 grams. So a DK, and 150 crowns. Good price. And I just have it like this. And maybe buying yarn just for decoration is dumb. I don't care. It's nice. It brings me happiness. But when I get an apartment, I just want to knit pillows like crazy. And I feel like this, I don't want to knit like mohair pillows or like soft pillows. I want to knit, if I make pillows, it's going to be rustic, you know? So that's nice. It's very soft still, but it is more rustic wool. What else? Oh, I know. My battery is almost dying, so we gotta be quick. But this is Drops Hair, white. And I haven't bought mohair for it yet, but one night I was tired, I was just scrolling through Ravelry, and it took me like 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, 3 minutes for me to see the Augustine's number 21 dress, decide to make it, order yarn. I didn't really think it through, and then the morning after I kind of regretted it. But so I have a lot of White Drops Air, but I'm thinking I actually want to make the dress. I don't know when though, because imagine how nice it would be, like cozy, just wearing it at home. Now I get excited again actually, thinking about it. So that will probably happen. And then another day when I just felt like I wanted to buy yarn, I went to that yarn store I told you about earlier, and I bought Pergynt in white. And I casted on an Ingrid sweater in this. I made the entire back yoke, front yoke. I frogged it. I didn't like it. And I wasn't excited to have like wear an Ingrid. I don't know. So in September or something, yeah, September maybe, me and Copy Dolls are having a cal when we're doing the Arctic Light sweater together. So I'll be using this with the mohair to make that. And I'll talk to you more when that happens, because I'm gonna make modifications to it, because I have not been fully obsessed with that pattern. So I'm gonna try to change it up. So we'll see. One more thing that I completely forgot about. Patina needle cases. So this one I bought myself when it was released. I'm not completely obsessed with it because I couldn't really find a good way to put all my needles in. But this is all my Symphony and Sing needles and cables in here. So then you just fold it like that. Bring it around. Tie a little knot. And then from the yarn store, from Anna, I got this. So this is gifted. The one for the circular needles. Same principle. I like this one more than the other. And this is for fixed circular needles. So I started to have my Chagoo needles in there because I love them as fixed circular. So I don't think I'll ever buy the full set. I just love them as fixed circular. So that's another acquisition. Very, very cute. Good job, Tina. Love you, girl. I'm thinking I want to do these. It's always dangerous to say this because I feel like no YouTuber ever does it. But I want to be more regular with these videos, I think. So it doesn't feel like I have a lot to do and I don't get uncomfortable. Not that I'm uncomfortable right now, but not used to talking to a camera. Like doing it more often and just, yeah. But yeah, this was fun and short and nice. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time, hopefully very soon.